Okay, to wrap things up, we're going to go over the last little step we need to do to get your Nuage system up and running. And this is assigning the VST connections to work with the Neo unit, which is our I/O device for the Nuage system. So to start things off, let's go up to Devices and down to VST Connections instead of Nuendo or Cubase. This will open the VST Connections window, which lets you assign inputs, outputs, group FX, external instruments, and studio equipment. So starting with inputs, the way we would assign an input from the Neo to the DAW would be to click Add Bus. We're going to go ahead and just make a mono bus here and click Add Bus. There it's created our channel. And so you need to select an audio device. You should see the Yamaha AIC 128D, which is the Dante card in your computer. That's the device you want to select. And then under device port, this is where you pick which input from that device to assign to the channel you just created. And so we're going to select input 1. And if you remember in the Dante controller, we assigned input 1 of our computer to come from input 1 of the Neo unit. And so inputs 1 through 16 on this is inputs 1 through 16 on the Neo unit. If I had multiple Neo units, I could have patched them to the other 128 channels that I have here available to use. So now we've assigned us an input channel. We can now receive audio from the Neo unit and record it. Let's go ahead and address the outputs. You can see here I've got my stereo out bus. We want to not have that assigned to the same outputs as our control room monitors. We will assign those in a different spot. So for what I usually do is just don't connect the stereo output to anything. But you might want to send it to a tape recorder or something, but generally we just leave that not connected. The next tab you're going to want to mess around with to get Nuage working is the Studio tab. This is where you assign your control room monitors, your headphone mixes, and your talkback mic to work with the Nuendo. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a channel, and it'll pop up this little menu. It'll say add external input, add a talkback, add a monitor source, add a cue, add a headphone, add a monitor. So what we're going to do is we're going to first add our studio monitors. So I'm going to click Add Monitor. It says there's 4 available. That's because on the Nuage you get 4 different monitor sources. I'm going to call this one JBLs because that's the monitors that we have in here right now. And select JBL. I want it to be a stereo configuration, and I hit OK. And so now you can see it's added the JBL monitors into here. And on the Nuage master section, you can see now that monitor A is lit. It is assigned the JBLs to monitor A. I currently have those plugged into the Neo unit on outputs 9 and 10. So I'm going to select the Yamaha card. I'm going to select channel 9. And I'm going to select channel 10. And so now my monitors are patched. And when I select A, my audio is going to go to the JBL monitors that are plugged into channels 9 and 10. I've also got some Neumann monitors in here. So we're going to add another set of monitors. You can see there's 3 available. We're going to call these ones Neumann. And then we're going to assign those to their respective outputs. Once again, I'm going to select the Dante accelerator card, and then I'm going to select channels 13 and 14, which are where my Neumanns are. And then let's say I want to assign my headphones that I have in the master unit here patched. I have them currently patched into channels 11 and 12. So we'll click Add Channel, Add Headphone, And you can see here it says phones. I'm going to click the Yamaha card, and I'm going to tell it channel 11 and channel 12. So there we go. Our headphone mix is now assigned to channels 11 and 12 of the Neo unit, which allows me to hear them. You can see over here under control room, now I can hit B, and that will send the audio to the Neumanns, or I can hit monitor A, and that sends the audio to the JBLs. So you can have multiple sets of reference monitors and toggle between them on your various mixes simply by hitting the monitor buttons. The last thing to add here is add channel, add talkback. This is where you assign your talkback mic. The master section has a talkback mic built in with a button to engage it. And the way you assign that is you have to use a channel on the Neo unit. And so you select the AIC 128D, and then we're going to route that to, I have mine routed to input 16 right now. So now when I hit talkback, that's going to input 16 of the Neo unit. Anyways, that's the basic way of setting up your Yamaha Nuage digital audio workstation. Once again, if we were too brief on anything and you would like us to go into more detail, please send an email to brad@polesound.com and we'll be sure to help you out with it. The future tutorials will all be handled by Brad. Hope you enjoyed this and have a wonderful day.